Hey everyone! So today my friend and I, my very special friend and I, are going to review how to solve two-step equations. Because it seems like there's a little bit of confusion that we need to figure out. So you can just go ahead and follow along if you'd like to take notes. It might be beneficial to you, but otherwise taking notes is not necessary. So we have our problem, 7x plus 3 equals 38. So the first thing that we want to do, and our goal here, is to isolate the x by itself. So we are going to first undo any addition or subtraction that we see. So I see this plus 3, so I want to undo that, or I want to get rid of this plus 3. So I know that the opposite of positive 3 is negative 3. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3 from the left side of the equal sign. And I also am going to do the same thing to the right side of the equal sign. And this is that idea of that balanced move. So if we were using a hanger, right, that would be crossing off the 3's on both sides, or taking away 3 on both sides. So plus 3 minus 3 is just 0, so I can cross that off, and I can drag down this 7x and write that down below here. So I'm left with 7x on the left side, and when I do 38 minus 3, I get 35. Now I have a new equation that is balanced, that is 7x equals 35. So when a number is next to a variable, it means to multiply. So the opposite or inverse of that, or to undo that, we're going to divide both sides by 7. So that's going to cancel out these 7's and just leave us with x on the left side. And then 35 divided by 7 is 5. So that means my answer is x equals 5. And if we wanted to check our work, we could plug 5 back into the main equation, and we would say, well, 7 times 5 is 35, and plus 3 is 38. So both sides are equal to each other. 38 does equal 38. Now, based on the fact that I just solved the original problem, or this problem that you see here, for you all, I'm going to ask some questions to you all, and hopefully to help you understand, and also for you to help me hopefully solve. So now we have a new equation. Our equation is 5x plus 6 equals 46. So go ahead, and when this activity pauses, this video pauses, what do you think is going to be our first step here? So again, what do you think the first step is going to be to solve for x here? Hopefully you said it was to subtract 6 from both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 6 from the left side of the equal sign, and I'm also going to subtract 6 from 46. When I do that, that means that the plus 6 minus 6 gets crossed off, and then I'm left with 5x on the left side. And then if I do 46 minus 6, I get 40. Now, think about, based off of my example, what I did next. So take a look at our problem. We have 5x equals 40. What do you think our second step is going to be in order to get x by itself? I'm hopeful you said divide by 5. Again, that's the number that you're multiplying x by, so the opposite or inverse of that would be to divide by 5. That would leave me with x equals 8. And again, you could plug that back in to double check your work if you wanted. You could do 5 times 8, which is 40, and then plus 6, which is 46, and 46 does equal 46. Now, let's take a look at a problem that involves subtraction or minus. So, a problem like 8x minus 10 equals 22. We would not subtract 10 again from both sides, because if I did that, then I would get negative 20 instead, and I'm trying to isolate x. So instead of doing minus 10 to both sides, I'm going to do the opposite of this negative or minus 10, and I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So again, I'm doing it to that side. I'm also doing it to the answer side. Once I do that, right, this negative 10 plus 10 cancels out. That leaves me with 8x on the left side, and 22 plus 10 is 32. Now, I'm back to my second step, where 8 times something equals 32. If 8 times something equals 32, I can find out what x is by dividing both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 is just 1 or x, or 1x, and 32 divided by 8 would be 4. That means in this situation, x equals 4. Now it's your turn. So based off my example that we have here, we're taking a look at your problem. 3x minus 9 equals 11. So what do you think would be the first step to solving this problem? Again, what would I do to both sides in order to start isolating x? Hopefully you said add 9 to both sides. So I'm going to start by undoing the subtraction, and I can do that by adding 9 to both sides. Again, that both sides is this idea of the both sides of the equal sign, kind of like the hanger, right? This is one side of the hanger and this is the other side of the hanger. So negative 9 plus 9, or minus 9 plus 9 is 0, so that just leaves me with 3x over here. And then 11 plus 9 is 20. So I now have a new equation, 3x equals 20. Now I'm ready for my second step. So what do you think I would do next? You're right, or hopefully you're right. And hopefully you chose that you would divide both sides by 3. Also, this should say 20. I apologize. So once you divide both sides by 3, this cancels out and leaves you with x equals, and if you don't know what 20 divided by 3 is, then just leave it as 20/3. Or, if you'd like to do the math, I believe it's 0.6 bar. Again, you could plug that in and check your work as well if you'd like. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at a little bit more complex problems dealing with the distributive property. We're going to look at the equation 2 in parentheses x minus 9 equals 18 in a moment. So let's go ahead and think about how we would draw a diagram to model this equation. Maybe you're like, oh, I could draw a tape diagram for that. Or maybe you could draw a hanger for that, right? So let's focus on a hanger. So if we were to draw a hanger, right, the hanger has 2 sides. And doesn't matter really what side represents what, but I'm going to go ahead and start with this. I'm going to go ahead and put that over there, and I am going to do this like this, and this little square down here. And I'm going to ask you all a couple of questions about this after I'm done drawing it. Okay. Let's make sure this is like even super clear so it looks familiar like the Desmos ones. Okay, not as good as Desmos, but it'll do. So based off my drawing here, again, I'm not Picasso or anything, but based off my drawing, what do you think, what value would go on the right side of my hanger? Based off this equation, 2 in parentheses x minus 9, what would go in my rectangle right here? Hopefully you said 18. If not, now you know. Based off of that, what do you think would go in each one of these circles? Based off the equation 2 in parentheses x minus 9, what do you think would go in these circles here? Well, you're right? Maybe it could be x, or maybe it could be negative 9. Because 18 is using a rectangle here, I'm going to use the circles for x. So I'm going to put one x here, and I'm going to put another x here. That means that these squares are going to represent that negative 9. And hopefully you can see that these purple circles represent the idea of two groups. So there are two groups of x minus 9 here. Now, let's take a look at how to solve these in two different ways. So one way would be Sadia's way, where she is going to start by dividing both sides. So, because 2 in parentheses x minus 9 means to multiply, we're going to start by dividing both sides. And we're going to divide by the value of 2 because that's what we see outside the parentheses. If I divide both sides by 2, that means my new equation is x minus 9 equals 5. Based off there, I can go ahead and do my second step. The opposite of negative 9 is positive 9, so I'm going to add 9 to this side. I'm also going to add 9 to this side. And that means that x equals 14 in this situation. Now, I want to try solving the way Amir did. So it looks like Amir chose to use the distributive property first. That means that Amir multiplied 2 times x to get 2x, and then multiplied 2 times negative 9 to get negative 18. And that all still equals 10. Now, my first step here is going to then look similar to the things that we did before. So I'm going to ask you in the questions, what do you think, after I undid the parentheses, what could I do next? Hopefully you said add 18 to both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and add 18 to both sides. Again, negative 18 plus 18 is 0. That leaves me with 2x over here. And 10 plus 18 would be 28. So I now have 2 times something equals 28. Now, again, we have 2 times something is equal to 28. So my second step would be what? What would I do next? If you said divide by 2, you are on it. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and x equals 14. So you can see two different methods, but the same exact answer. Now, let's go ahead and try to ask you all more questions. So first I want to look at the problem. We have 3 in parentheses x plus 2 equals 21. I want to use the division method first. So if I wanted to divide this, what would I divide by? What do you think I would divide both sides by? If you said 3, excellent. So I want to divide this side by 3 and this side by 3 as well. Now, if I divided both sides by 3, what would my new equation be? If you said x plus 2 equals 7, awesome. Now, what would be my next step? If you said subtract 2 from both sides, great job. So that means that x would equal 5. So let's solve it using the distributive property first. If I were to distribute this 3 to the x and to the 2, what would my new equation be? If you selected 3x plus 6 equals 21, great job. Now, what would be my first step here? What can I do to isolate or start isolating 3x? Yes, we can subtract 6 from both sides. That means this positive 6 minus 6 gets canceled out, and that leaves me with 3x equals 15. Because 21 minus 6 is 15. Now, what do you think my next step is going to be? Hopefully you said divide by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3, meaning that x equals 5, like I knew before. Again, different method, but same answer. Now you're going to get a chance to practice a little bit more without my guidance. So go ahead and click on the link in the note, and that's going to lead you to Desmos to complete an assignment. Anything you don't finish today in class is going